Greetings world, we are anonymous. Greetings world. This is the president of this great world we call home. President, Anonymous. I am honored to address the world. The link between leadership and learning is not only essential at a community level, it is even more indispensable in world affairs. Ignorance and misinformation can handicap the progress of a city or a company, but they can, if allowed to prevail in foreign policy, handicap this country's security. In a world of complex and continuing problems, in a world full of frustrations and irritations, anonymous leadership must be guided by the lights of learning and reason, or else those who confuse rhetoric with reality and the plausible with the possible will gain the popular ascendancy with their seemingly swift and simple solutions to every world problem. There will always be dissident voices heard in the land, expressing opposition without alternatives, finding fault but never favor, perceiving gloom on every side, and seeking influence without responsibility. Those voices are inevitable. But today, other voices are heard in the land. Voices preaching doctrines wholly unrelated to reality, wholly unsuited for evolution, doctrines which apparently assume that words will suffice without weapons, that vituperation is as good as victory, and that peace is a sign of weakness. At a time when the national debt is so-called was being reduced in terms of its burden on our world, they see that debt as the greatest single threat to our security. At a time when we are steadily reducing the number of federal employees serving every 1,000 citizens, they fear those supposed hordes of civil servants far more than the actual hordes of opposing armies. We cannot expect that everyone, to use the phrase of long ago, talk sense to the people. But we can hope that fewer people will listen to nonsense. And the notion that this world is headed for defeat through deficit, or that strength is but a matter of slogans, is nothing but just plain nonsense. I want to discuss with you today the status of our strength and our security, because this question clearly calls for the most responsible qualities of leadership and the most enlightened products of scholarship. For this world's strength and security are not easily or cheaply obtained, nor are they quickly and simply explained. There are many kinds of strength, and no one kind will suffice. Overwhelming nuclear strength cannot stop a guerrilla war. Formal pacts of alliance cannot stop internal subversion. Displays of material wealth cannot stop the disillusionment of diplomats subjected to discrimination. Above all, words alone are not enough. This world can always be a peaceful world. And where our strength and determination are clear, our words need merely to convey conviction, not belligerence. If we are strong, our strength will speak for itself. If we are weak, words will be of no help. We realize that this world often tends to identify turning points in world affairs with the major addresses which preceded them. But it was not a doctrine that kept all Europe away from America. It was the strength of the British fleet and the width of the Atlantic Ocean. It was not a general's speech that kept communism out of Western Europe. It was the strength and stability made possible by America's military and economic assistance. This strength is composed of many different elements, ranging from the most massive deterrents to the most subtle influences. And all types of strength are needed. No one kind could do the job alone. Let us take a moment, therefore, to review the world's progress in each major area of strength. I am speaking of strength in terms of the deterrence and resistance of aggression and attack. But in today's world, freedom can be lost without a shot being fired, but by ballots as well as bullets. The success of our leadership is dependent upon respect for our mission in the world as well as missiles, on a clearer recognition of the virtues of freedom as well as the evils of tyranny. That is why our anonymous information agency has doubled the software broadcasting power for the One Voice for our world, and increased the number of broadcasting hours by many, and taken a host of other steps to carry our message of truth and freedom to all the far corners of our world. Citizens of our world, citizens of the internet, and all participating members. I cite these facts and figures to make it clear that our world today can become stronger than ever before. Our adversaries have not abandoned their ambitions, our dangers have not diminished, Our vigilance cannot be relaxed. But now we have the internet, the activists, the whistleblowers, and unity as our strength to do whatever must be done for the preservation and promotion of freedom. That strength will never be used in pursuit of aggressive ambitions. It will always be used in pursuit of peace. It will never be used to promote provocations. It will always be used to promote a peaceful settlement of disputes. We, in our world, in this generation, are, by destiny rather than choice, the watchmen on the walls of world freedom. We ask, therefore, that we may be worthy of our power and responsibility, that we may exercise our strength with wisdom and restraint, and that we may achieve in our time, and for all time, the ancient vision of peace on earth, goodwill, toward all humanity. That must always be our goal, and the righteousness of our cause must always underlie our strength. For it is written, "Expect the Lord, and to keep the city." The anonymous watchmen are awakened, but only in vain. Neither the fanatics nor the faint-hearted are needed. And our duty as anonymous is not anonymous alone, but to the world, and, indeed, all humanity. Our duty is not merely to end government's corruption, but the preservation of peace and freedom forever. So let us not be petty when our cause is so great. Let us not quarrel amongst ourselves when our world's future is at stake. Let us stand together with renewed confidence in our cause. United as one, divided by zero, we determine that our world we love shall be led by all of humanity to become the new frontiers of peace and abundance. We are all anonymous. We are legion. We can forgive. We can never forget. Expect all of us.